Lauderdale, Florida, passed away to her greater reward on March 27, 2014. Her services were held on Sunday, March 30th, 2014 at Crowell's Brothers Funeral Home. Burial took place afterwards at Peachtree Memorial Park. Edna was preceded in death by her husband of 54 years, Jack Russell Warren, her father, James Marshall Knox, mother, Lindsay Cook Knox, brother, James Noyce Knox, and sisters, Anna Lee Yeomans and Marie Conger. She is survived by her nieces Sally Warren of Lawrenceville, Meredith Sams of Duluth, and her nephew Harris Hughes of Bluffington, South Carolina, as well as a host of great nieces and nephews and family friend Tony Hamilton. Edna was affectionately known as Pete. A family name given to her at a very young age. She was born in Bartow County on October 16, 1923. She was an athlete. She played basketball and even baseball during World War II, I believe. One of her favorite stories was to tell me about a time when she scored 49 points in a game, and I love listening to this story, being an athlete. Even though she was born in Georgia, she considered Fort Lauderdale, Florida as her home. She loved Florida. She loved the beach. She loved the sand. She loved the sand between her toes. She always welcomed family and friends to come down to visit her, and she loved to show off her favorite spots, one of which was the canal that she lived on with Jack. Other favorite spots included airboat rides across the Everglades, and she was always up for an adventure to the Keys. She loved, her and Jack were avid travelers, and she loved and visited most places in the United States, including trips to Alaska and Canada. They loved to take cruises to far-off places with wide open spaces. She was a lady with spunk, with grit, and a heart of gold. Pete was retired for what is known today as AT&T. She started off with Bell South and truly worked her way up, literally worked her way up. She started off as a switchboard operator and even climbed the poles and retired as a supervisor. She enjoyed genealogy. She loved tracing our family tree. She attended the family reunions, and it was one of the highlights of her year. She loved this reunion. She loved these rounds. And she tried to make it every year. My sister and I went to visit her home recently, and we were looking at recipes and, pound cake, this and that. But amongst her recipes was a recipe for life. And I want to end with this. It says, mix thoroughly 1 cup of good thoughts, 1 cup of kind deeds, 1 cup of consideration of others, 1 cup of forgiveness, and 1 cup of beaten faults, and add tears of sorrow and joy and sympathy for others. Fold in 4 cups of prayers and faith to lighten the other ingredients and to rise the texture to 8 of Christian living. After pouring all of this together into your family, shake well with the heart of human kindness and always serve with a smile. Pete had a beautiful smile. She was a friend and had a kind word for everyone she met. She will be missed, and she will always live in our hearts and our memories.
I want to mention that Edna Knox Warren had listed in her obituary that people could make donations to the Knox reunion, and we received $100 in donations in her memory. I don't think we've ever had that done before. and I thought it was a good idea.